Dane, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
No, cheers for just making the trip up.
Yeah, quite a few hours, but we're here. It's all good.
No, all good, all good. I guess I like to ask everyone who comes on, like, at what point did you realise that you were going to be a major business leader?
Oh, you go back quite a few years, really. Obviously, before I got into logistics, I was running my own company, so straight away I was leading something from the front.
Yeah.
That all switched and got offered another opportunity within logistics to set something up. Straight away, knew that was going to be something of interest, knew there's going to be progression with it and move forward.
Yeah.
So I've always been driven, really. I like the idea of growth, wanting to build something, be majorly a part of it, not just
Yes.
a worker, an employee.
Yeah.
Be part of that growth, have the responsibility, basically.
Okay, nice. And like, just so for the people listening, so how did you end up getting into logistics?
A very weird one, really. Obviously,
Yeah.
I come from a completely different industry, used to install and sell swimming pools, hot tubs.
Oh, right.
One of my friends worked for a logistics company. I was toying with the idea of maybe switching professions, very seasonal, what I was in.
Yeah.
And he just threw it out. They weren't really looking. They were looking to expand into the southeast.
Yeah.
Would I be interested in coming on board? I was using them for sending stuff out anyway, so I kind of knew their system, what it was about.
Yeah.
And I bit the bullet, went for it, went into logistics, went into a sales role to begin with.
Yeah.
And just built from there. Before I knew it, was in it.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay. And like, did he give you any fair warning before getting into logistics? What it's
No,
yeah.
not really. It was obviously having known the system, but obviously from previous roles, the logistics of trying to make sure everything was on site on time, people on site on time. I was doing it, just not with parcels and freight.
Yeah.
In some aspect. And then we just
went from there.
Got thrown into it. Yeah.
Cool. And when you were building pools and you were sitting on more the let's say the client side of things, is it as what you expected when you stepped into it in terms of the perception you probably had of it when you were on the client side of it?
No, it's a complete different ballgame.
Right.
You only see a very small percentage of what happens and the whole process of how it goes. When you start coming into it and you start seeing more customs clearances, issues with carriers, how do you switch from that carrier to that carrier, restrictions, there's so much out there that you don't even think about as an end user to begin with.
Yeah.
But after a few months, you just start picking up all this knowledge, differences in what you think you should know and what you actually need to know.
Yeah.
Because you're the one then reselling that and advising other customers. So you need to make sure you're on point with it. Otherwise you're misinforming.
Yeah, I've got you. And like, what would you say was the trickiest bit to pick up?
Don't really know, to be honest. Clearances, understanding HS codes, the difference in tariffs and stuff like that. That's something that you do need to pick up over time. You can't just walk in and understand that.
Yeah. Like
you could walking in and knowing a simple domestic box rate, for example, within the UK. There is no clearance, there is no nothing. Pick up point, delivery point, you can send it.
Yeah.
So learning more about commercial invoices, customs clearances, I'd say that was probably the bit that took a bit longer to pick up.
Yeah.
But when I started, it was before Brexit. So Europe you could send to without all commercial invoices as well. So that all developed and changed within 18 months really of being in the industry.
Yeah. Okay. And how long were you in sales for, before you went into more of a leader role?
It changed pretty quickly. I was probably doing that for about 3 months.
Oh, right.
And then got offered to open up a whole new branch.
Yeah.
Which then changed everything. That was running a team of people, vans, actually doing the selling as well. Because the company I work for, you kind of do it as a one-man band to start with. We want to open this new territory.
Yeah.
It's down to you. But you soon then start picking up employing staff, more routes, how do you organise this, and alongside doing the sales as well. So that developed pretty quickly. I
Nice.
hit the ground running for a few months, and then before you knew it, it had built.
And I guess like you talked about being, self-employed or running your own business before jumping into logistics. I mean, what was there anything growing up or anything about you that knew you were always going to be your own boss, or have that ownership?
I don't know what would have triggered it, but I always knew I wanted to do something.
Yeah.
And always dipped in little bits and stuff, like a bit of reselling there, or trying to get into this industry. How do I do this? But I don't know what actually triggered me to do it. Obviously, I wouldn't say I've got anyone in the family that have created their own business or anything. I've not learned from someone to do that.
Yeah.
So it's very determined to try and make something really, and try and grow something and be part of a journey, and not just be the employee. I'm not putting that down on people, but just in my mind, my mindset is growth. I want to build something. I want to be part of a team.
Mm-hmm. And did you go to uni?
No.
Okay.
No, straight from school. Went to college.
Yeah.
Qualified as a carpenter.
Right.
And then straight from that went into swimming pools.
Yeah.
So nothing to do with carpentry that I'd done. And all the time I was working there, I always knew they were kind of doing bits wrong or bits how I wouldn't do it. So all the time I was thinking, I could do this, or why are we not doing this job? Why are we turning that away? Don't feel like we should. There's a gap there.
Yeah.
And obviously after a few years then set that up myself to do all the bits that they didn't really want to do. They had no interest in. Yeah. And pushed on from there.
Okay. And it's funny you say swimming pool, because like obviously being from Manchester, I don't. You just don't hear about it, do you?
You don't hear of anyone in that profession whatsoever.
Yeah.
And when I dipped into it, it was completely random. I was at a party and was kind of looking for something. So I said, "Yeah, I know." And that's how it happened. Really, I
introduced through a friend.
Yeah, introduced through a friend. They were looking for someone, and just built up through there. I wanted to obviously get the qualifications in it, because to do obviously commercial stuff, you actually have to be qualified.
Yeah.
And just built from there, really. Nothing's ever been, I want to do that, I want to do this. It's kind of, I've dipped, something's intrigued me, and I've gone from one to the other.
And were you on sales or were you on ops?
No, when I was doing that, I was actually an engineer to start with. So I went in there and was actually building swimming pools, doing the commercial contracts.
I hear you. Yeah.
But there was a lot of stuff we wasn't doing or was turning away.
Yeah.
It didn't really align with the owners of the company. No, there's a bit of risk in that, or we don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. But the more you see that happen, and you know that you can do it, it just pushed me forward to basically hit that market, because no one else was doing it.
Got you. And was it always the plan when you went into logistics? I.e., was there like some sort of LTIP, like an incentive to say, if you come in, you do well with sales, we'll back you.
Yeah, they always said they wanted to do the Southeast, so that's where I'm based. So that was all right. Untouched territory. They'd never really pushed that far.
Got you.
But no one ever thought it was going to be after 3 months.
Yeah.
It was always more of a plan, 1-2 years, something like that.
Yeah.
But where we just hit it running, basically. It was kind of,
got you.
Oh, the owner went, I want to do it. We're doing it. You didn't really have a massive choice in the matter, really.
Yeah.
That's the way he was, and that's how he set up all his other branches around the UK.
Yeah.
So we went for it.
Nice. Okay. Well, probably good time then. So the Launchpad, what is it you guys do, specialize in? What's the business?
Yeah, so obviously we're a fulfillment center. We're a 3PL.
Yeah.
Moving on to be a 4PL.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of freight movements. Obviously we're based in the UK, EU and US.
Yeah.
So we have multiple territories. Offer end-to-end fulfillment.
Yeah.
For all clients, and obviously trying to help brands scale globally.
Got you. Yeah. And what would you say as a 3PL your like sweet spot is in terms of like customer profile?
We've got a variety of customer to it. I wouldn't say we've got one we particularly look for. We have got brands in there that other 3PLs probably wouldn't take, that just want the supplements, beauty. Everyone's after the same sort of niche customer at the minute in fulfillment.
Slight less headache.
Yeah. that is the perfect, but then obviously it's sometimes it's a race to the bottom on stuff like that.
Yeah.
And obviously we do pride ourselves in customer service. We're not on a ticketing system.
Yeah.
You'll speak to people. We've got account management and stuff like that, which comes at obviously sometimes a higher cost. But yeah, we've got a wide range of customers, people that want to grow. Yeah. We want to work with brands that want to grow.
Yes.
Basically, that intrigues us. That's what we can help with.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's our niche. Whether you're small and you're only doing 100 parcels a month because you just started up, or you're doing 10,000 parcels a month.
Yeah.
If you want to grow, we'd love to grow with you, basically.
Yeah, got you. And like where, and percentage wise, how much of the business is fulfillment? How much is it 4PL?
You'd probably say 90% is fulfillment.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, when we started introducing the freight side to become a 4PL, a lot of brands have jumped on board with that. But it's one of the things you don't want to push that on everyone. New people coming on board are fully on board, and obviously it's a 4PL. If you've got something you trust, you don't want to switch it. Mm-hmm. So we don't force our customers, you've got to use us for all your freight movements. Yeah. But it does help because we know exactly when it's coming in, when it's being cleared. The warehouse knows. Sometimes you get all these delays and the warehouse is expecting it, but it's coming 3 days later and no one knew about
it. Okay. And like, where did you start? So I know you said you started in sales. Is it a do you own all the property for warehouses, or is it asset light? Is it more of an asset light model?
Yeah, so obviously we're leased. So obviously our warehouses are leased in all 3 territories.
Oh, okay.
We are currently in the process of building a new warehouse in the US. Yeah. Which obviously is going to be 4 or 5 times bigger than what we've currently got, which is ideal. But yeah, we don't own the warehouses currently that we've got.
Got you. Okay. And and in terms of like plan or strategy, like what was what did you set out as a plan or a step-by-step sort of guide to say we're starting here but we want to get to here? Was there anything you feel was?
Yeah, so obviously owners of the company already had obviously their plans obviously when I come on board, and obviously to change that, and that was obviously to grow all 3 territories basically. And try and link up as many as possible, which we've been doing. It's still a work in progress. Yeah, nothing's ever so simple as doing that. Obviously, the main goal is to, at the minute, US market is quite hard, where everyone wants to be. Obviously, there's a lot of changes that are happening. Hence why that's the warehouse at the minute that's going to grow. It's going to be a lot bigger because the amount of obviously inquiries we get. For that. So at the minute, I'd say our main aim is US. Yeah. But that doesn't put UK on hold or EU. We're still obviously bringing in customers. Yeah. But I'd say probably 75% of the inquiries at the minute are all US led.
Got you. Because I guess like if you've got a brand that you're currently working with in the UK, prior to obviously this new site in the US, would you have to refer their, like through partnership, would you have to refer business over to the US if they were wanting to expand into,
No, we kind of planned it well with the new warehouse. We've got little bits of room, but we couldn't bring on a customer with 200 pallets. We've not got that sort of space.
Got you.
But no one really wants to launch from the UK into the US with 200 worth of pallets straight away anyway. Yeah. So it's kind of fitting us right that we're going to become full probably a month or 2 before the new warehouse. Okay. So it'd be quite easy to start transitioning people to.
Nice.
The lead time at the minute is currently 8 weeks. Yeah. Because of the new premises. Yeah. So we've not had to turn business away on that front. And obviously a lot of the inquiries come in, you're not pulling all them off. It's obviously the negotiations. Yeah. They'll start understanding tax implications. Yeah. What prices are, how they're going to do it.
Got you. Yeah. Okay. And so you're just growing organically essentially with the brands that you're currently working with.
Yeah. We're not doing any form of marketing really.
Yeah.
Everything is organic at the minute. It's something that once we've got the new site set up, we will start obviously looking to do, but at the minute everything's organic.
Nice. No, that's good. And what would you say like the challenges have been? Have you come across any like big challenges in the last couple of years?
biggest challenges were probably trade tariffs for the US.
Yeah.
Because they changed quite considerably
Yeah.
overnight.
Yeah.
And that changed everything. People got stock on water, got shipments planned, and the prices then just shot up.
Yeah.
So it doesn't change anything that we do operationally, but it does change a lot of stuff for our obviously clients and brands, that their landed costs becomes obviously a lot higher.
Yeah.
So trying to navigate that and advise customers as best as possible, but with no real information because it happened at a drop of a hat.
Yeah. Pretty reactive, I guess, on that. So, and was there, has it led to any? Have you got any? Has it led to any brands where they've actually gone under because of it, or like they've?
No one's gone into administration or anything like that because of it. Lucky enough, because it could have. There's probably a lot of brands out there that it did. With the US, it's a market that you want to do your research on, know about, be out there in a small capacity to begin with, and build it, knowing that you've got the customer base.
Yeah.
Once you've built it, you've got the client base. A bit of fluctuations in tariffs you could probably deal with.
Yeah.
So we're quite lucky that no one's.
Has there been any like surprises when you've gone and done the research, you've gone and looked at the market? Has there been any like surprises that you thought, I wasn't expecting that, or found that quite interesting?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably one where nothing's really sprung out that's been a shock or quite surprising.
Okay. Well, then how do you see it as, a 3PL being in the UK, looking to go into the US? Like how do you see that as a transition for a company that's growing?
First of all is, are you doing business to the US to begin with? Have you got a market that you're currently sending from the UK?
Yeah.
A lot of people did. To what scale would have depended on their business and how much they were pushing it.
Yeah.
Obviously, with changes to the de minimis being removed, you've still got that end client base in the US where you're sending to anyway.
Yeah.
But now they've got to pay duties, taxes on all the items. So you start losing that client base.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to start adding on duties, taxes, brokerage fees.
Yes.
So having actual holding locally within the US can keep that market going, keep your customer base there,
keep them happy,
and obviously build off of that.
Yeah.
That's how most people move to the US to begin with. A lot of brands know it's a $1 trillion industry.
Yeah.
And see that and go, I'm going to crack it.
Yeah.
From e-commerce brands, any brands, big, well-known brands, it's not as easy as you're going to crack it just by being there.
Yeah.
So it does come down to how they're going to market it and stuff like that, moving forward their products. That's the base. Most people see what they can do from the UK first.
Yeah.
And as it starts to build, look to move over.
Look to transition. Okay. And then what would be the plan once you feel the US is sort of settled? Is it, because there's such big economy of scales in the US. I feel like the fairly classic model is just put a site in every state, or airport states. Is there much planned past this initial site, or is it
the initial site to begin with?
Yeah.
You can do East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah.
You obviously can go up to obviously New York, New Jersey. There's so many different locations, and obviously fulfillment centers are based where suits. Also, we're near to Savannah, so we're in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So our nearest ports, Savannah.
Yeah.
Quite good for the customers we have, and where stock's coming from in containers, it works quite well for us.
Yeah.
We have had obviously clients go, well, can you go west side?
Yeah.
Because obviously shipping costs from east to west, obviously they're slightly higher, but then it costs a lot more for the property.
Yeah.
West coast. So you can do it, but then you're not going to be offering the same competitive prices and you can offer. It's a balance, really. You have to do some real good research to know where's the best location.
Yeah.
Are you going to be saving a lot by actually being present now?
Yeah. With
the overheads going up over shipping being slightly dearer.
Yeah. And where's that sort of sweet spot, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay. You work with obviously quite a lot of brands at the minute. What do you think e-com brands are doing Because I imagine they're doing things slightly differently. But like, what do you think e-com brands are doing at the moment that's like really working for them to, for them to build a business versus what are they doing bad and what's, what mistakes have you seen some e-com brands make or just be slow to?
Yeah, it's quite hard to give a real answer on that because you don't see the full insights of every decision they're making.
Yeah.
Obviously, we see it, the pros, it's obviously social media.
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah.
It's blown people's businesses up just from one post.
Yeah.
One of our clients last year grew 412% from TikTok posts.
Right.
It just went viral.
Yeah.
And straight away.
What kind of brand was it?
They're a supplement brand.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, subscription model.
Yeah.
And just literally that one post.
Lovely.
Sent it
viral.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'd say social media is a big part now.
Yeah.
Obviously, content, getting that right is obviously valuable. Stuff that brands do wrong is probably not leaning onto that.
Yeah.
Because I feel everyone knows that's the way the market's going. That's what people are seeing.
Yeah.
So many people are scrolling through social media. That post that does pop up entices people obviously to buy or at least look at your website.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'd probably say that's pro con. It's the same.
Yeah.
aspect.
I've seen a lot of, like recently, a lot of brands are going down this like, celebrity endorsement or for, like celebrity endorsement or brand ambassador sort of route. Have you, any clients you've got do that or?
Yeah, obviously there's orders coming through for influencers and stuff like this. Obviously, we don't then look if they've actually posted online or did it go. The other day I was working with obviously a brand. They've sent stuff to a singer. Obviously, no, I won't mention obviously names or anything.
Yeah.
But obviously for a music video,
right?
Whether that gets selected by the stylist to actually go through and be in a music video, we don't actually see much past that into it if it actually happens.
Yeah.
So I think everyone's doing it. Everyone's sending to influencers, trying to get stuff on film, in content, to promote it. Just how much actually lands, I'm not in that sort of marketing industry to know how well that goes, but everyone's trying it.
Yeah. No, it is. It's that attention economy, I guess. It's everyone's trying to like feed into. Okay, cool. And has there been any like weird and wonderful like businesses that you just probably weren't expecting to do really well as a client? Like for example, maybe like gifts. Gift. I don't know, fancy dress or just.
No, I wouldn't say we've got anything.
weird.
Massively out there. We've got obviously a customer that's launched into the US with us. They do stuff for guinea pigs,
right?
I suppose, but it's not weird or wonderful or anything. It's just
I don't know. Guinea pigs.
Obviously they were having obviously some issues in getting stuff out to the US. Obviously launched off in the US, and having nothing but success at the minute. So obviously since they've been there, business is growing, and so forth. But that's the pet industry. It's the only thing we've had from that industry. But everything's working well for them. But other than that, no fancy dress, no, nothing like that.
Yeah, no, I've got you. What sort of advice would you give to someone who, what advice would you give to someone who was wanting to get into fulfillment? Let's say they're a parcel salesperson. Or they might even be a freight salesperson. Do you think there's room for them people to jump into 3PL? Because from my understanding, it's quite a consultative sell versus an off-the-shelf parcel or freight type sell.
With obviously selling fulfillment, you've got to sell the space you've got available. There's obviously going to be niches that you need to hit to make it. So many brands are looking, but how do you get them leads through to know who's looking? You could probably send 1,000 emails, make 1,000 calls, and you may not hit one person that's looking for fulfillment. So it's a harder sell compared to parcel or freight. You can who's selling parcels, who's sending freight. You can do it just by looking at people's websites. Fulfillment is a lot harder, but where you become a 4PL, you can then bring that into it. So if you're not just selling fulfillment, and they can sell freight, parcel shipments, same day carrier, then there is an aspect for them to dip into both.
Yeah.
To move just to fulfillment would be quite hard, I believe, for someone to do that.
Yeah. No, I've got you. And would you, do you feel like that's the same kind of person? Do you feel someone in parcel and freight could sell fulfillment, or do you actually feel there's a different makeup of the salesperson?
I think it does all depend on the person.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've done both, so it's definitely doable.
Yeah.
To do both, but I feel like you're a lot more personable with fulfillment.
Yeah.
You want to know the brands, you want to know the people a lot more. You're building a partnership. You're not just sending parcel from A to B.
Yeah. It's not a quick transaction.
You'll get someone that you deal with and their parcel will go wrong. And you're basically got someone's business in your hands.
Yeah.
And that's what we love. So we can be part of that journey with someone, with the growth. So we're an extended arm to their business.
Yeah.
Not a service provider.
Yeah.
So I feel that's probably the different. But if you can like getting along with people, like having them conversations, diving into know how their business runs, how they want it to run, how you can help them, then there's definitely the aspect there to sell.
Yeah. And what would you say for Launchpad is the typical sales cycle? How long would you say it takes from cradle, introduction into actually bringing them on average?
Easily 4 weeks.
Right.
Easily 4 weeks. It all depends on the brand.
Yeah.
Some brands are so quick to reply, want to jump straight on a call.
Yeah.
You get things moving a lot easier. Some people just dipping their toe into the idea of switching from self-fulfilling.
Yeah.
And then processes can take a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
We put no time restraint on it. It's up to the end customer when they're happy to move, how much information they need.
Yeah.
But you're looking 4 weeks from someone actually being actively looking.
Yeah.
To potentially giving you a onboarding date.
Got you. Okay, that's quite quick, I guess.
Yeah, obviously it all depends on people's contracts.
Yeah.
Obviously someone that we signed back in November is going to be joining us in May.
Right.
But we knew about that in January.
Yeah.
But because of contracts, they can't move until that point. So, do you know what I mean? Some are a lot longer.
Yeah.
But we probably knew about that within 6 weeks.
Got you. Is there any are contracts fairly similar across the board in warehousing 3PL?
Or I've seen so many different.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there some some really naughty clauses versus some pretty plain Jane?
Yeah, obviously we don't see everything now. Obviously some stuff is obviously passed over by the customer saying they've got this, they've got that. Yeah. But ones we have seen, they do vary. Every single contract varies. Right. We try and make ours as simple as possible.
Yeah.
No hidden charges here, no hidden charges there.
Yeah.
Straight get out clauses if people want to do it. There's obviously we fix people in depending on what prices, rates, how they want to work, what their obviously growth plans are. Obviously sometimes we introduce obviously 12 months and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we have customers on 1 month.
Yeah.
Turnarounds. We know that the customer feels more safe doing that. We're happy doing that. We know the partnership's going to go in the right direction. We know growth's going to go that way.
Yeah.
Why tie someone in fully for 12 months when they could be unhappy and free?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's that fine balance.
Yeah.
But they do. We hear horror stories of people being fixed. They've hated it since month 2. Wow. Can't get out for 12 months. If they're going to get out, penalty clauses.
Wow. Yeah. That's one of the areas that I just, happen to, because it is more contracted. Slightly different to your parcel and your freight stuff. But I find that probably one of the tough things for maybe brands to navigate through, because you can almost relate to it personally. If you was a gym membership or something, the rolling versus the getting fixed in, there's some level of comfortability that comes with feeling you can,
the companies with the longer, also like contracts that we do have, they've got considerable space within the warehouse.
Got you.
Obviously, there's a lot, biding on that customer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So for both parts, everyone needs to be happy with what the contract is.
Yeah.
But if you've got someone taking up this is just for example, 20% of your warehouse.
Yeah.
And then they say we're going in a month. That's 20% of your warehouse that's now empty with no notice. So it's more for the bigger storage customers that are in there.
Just helps mitigate risk a little bit. And
and everyone's fully understand. No one's gone, oh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
There's always an understanding.
Shared sort of risk reward and no one's over compromised.
And everyone's happy.
Yeah.
And obviously these relationships we've been in for years now.
Yeah.
There's no issue because the following year there's another 12-month contract, for example.
Yeah.
But we're not doing that with a startup and going to a startup. No, you've got a 12-month contract.
Yeah.
We're happy to do that and obviously help people build. And we have built brands from doing a few a week to hundreds a week.
Yeah. Are there any brands that you work with that, let's say started in the bedroom, almost like a Ben Francis, but then they're now fully fledged, big,
probably everyone. Obviously, a lot of brands, when you actually think about how it actually first started, and if you went to their story, it was from their bedroom, in their garage, run out of space, looking for somewhere to go.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have had bigger brands that have been established for years. They're obviously coming on board.
Yeah.
But even when you hear their story, it was in their bedroom. It was in their garage.
Tired. Yeah.
You hear that story so often. They've never had their own warehouse space because they kind of grew it to what they needed to. And then actually found a good partner to obviously partner with.
Yeah.
And I think everyone should look at that option.
Yeah.
Not just because obviously we're in the 3PL space, but with overheads going up all the time, staffing, you're probably better off to build with a fulfillment partner that's already got the contracts with the carriers, got the customer service team, got the pick packers. If someone's off ill one day, you don't notice they're off ill that day because everything still gets sent out.
Yeah.
Whereas as you're building, that could put your company at risk if you have someone off for a few days, nothing's going out the door. So I think it's always an option for people to look at. And I don't think it's price-wise.
And are you allowed to say who like one of these flagship brands might be?
No.
Right.
Got to
keep cards close to the chest.
Obviously, we're going to be doing some case studies with some brands. And obviously when that comes out, then obviously it's obviously been released. A lot of stuff's not from our side, it's more the brand side. Don't really want to be spoken about in certain contexts and stuff like that. So
no, that's fair.
We respect that.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. And you mentioned like customer service is like a big part of your value prop. Now, there's been 3PLs that have come on and they talk about how it's, there's a lot of automation and you talk about tickets and AI and stuff like that, which I think can sometimes be, you could almost look at customer services, maybe one of those departments that you could really start to engineer that way by putting tech in. Like, do you think you'll always have that, human CS element, slightly more manual approach?
I think there is something that can make it more than a ticketing system because at the minute, a lot of brands don't like the ticketing system. They don't know where they're on a queue. They might not get a reply to the next day and stuff like that. We have, obviously, customer service team that normally reply within an hour, 90 minutes. Yeah. Reply pretty quickly, even if they're just raising that first claim. Yeah. Obviously, warehouse management systems, you can risk problems on there as well. So some people are putting the manual customer service straight on the WMS, which will allow us to see that as the order comes up, or we can look at invoice queries. But if someone wants something changed or it needs to be cancelled or not go out the door, if you're on a ticketing system, you don't know if that request has ever been done. Yeah. So I feel like until you can get a process where you can mitigate that, it's hard to know. I think AI will have a big play. Yeah. Obviously, we've got stuff in the back end that our customer service team will use with a bit of AI to help them out and obviously help manage stuff. But I don't think you could fully turn that over yet. I think it'd be too generic. Yeah. And it would just be like a ticketing system, but just with a robot replying pretty quickly. Got you. Yeah. And what about partnerships? Are you guys, have you got quite a big partnerships led like program or is there, or is it all? No, we've got no real partnerships. We do work with a few like marketing teams
Okay.
that work with brands,
I
smaller
like
brands.
digital marketing. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously working on brands, helping them grow, helping them streamline, that we've worked quite closely with, and I've actually got a good success story with, really. So it's more that over other fulfillment centers passing leads back and forth and stuff like that. We wouldn't be against it.
Yeah.
Just don't feel like there's a real, not need for it, but at the minute we've not got enough to pass over. And where we're kind of having the new site built and stuff like that, we're not in an aspect to gain more leads in at the minute.
Got you.
So I feel like you're probably looking 12 to 18 months, and we'd probably start looking at doing it a bit more when organic growth plus marketing starts going through.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Move early enough and switch through. So it's obviously building that back up.
Yeah.
There definitely is a market for it. Brands just got to be willing to be able to market Europe correctly. It's not as straightforward as it was 5 years ago, for example. A lot of the stuff we do in Europe is more wholesale.
Okay.
We do a lot more wholesale than direct to consumer.
B2C.
Yeah, because obviously a lot of brands do have all their European stores, and they've got no way of shipping to them from the UK anymore.
Got you.
So I'd say that's more the market we've got. We do D2C.
Yeah.
But it's probably a smaller portion of what we do have out in Europe.
Got you. And what if you were to say, is there a rule of thumb, like if you're going to try and crack Europe now, you've got a 2x or like 3x the market in dollar, like what's the, is there any?
I'd probably say the easiest way to do it is speak to wholesalers.
Right, okay.
Get your products in to wholesalers
yeah,
to start, so you have a bit of revenue coming through.
Got you.
That's easier than trying to get D2C. 1,000 D2C orders through to cover the extra storage and stuff, the holding stuff out there. Because there is an added cost. You do have to store stuff in another location.
Yeah.
Depending on the size of your brand, 1 pallet, 2 pallets, 10 pallets, 100.
Yeah.
So I'd say obviously D2C, plus a lot of wholesalers in Europe don't want the duties and taxes. They don't want to be on the import of record. They don't want any of this on the paperwork.
Yeah.
They just want it to be delivered.
Got you.
So obviously we can do a lot of stuff like that as well. Stuff gets sent to us, we break it down, it just gets shipped back out.
Yeah.
You haven't fully got to hold stock with us to be able to help. So it does mitigate them overheads that you do have by starting with wholesale.
Yeah. Got you.
Probably say that's the easiest way of starting to build something through.
Yeah. Initial revenue stream, then gives you a bit of confidence, I guess, to plug a bit more marketing behind it.
Or it's obviously sending it from the UK, knowing your overheads to send it to start with is going to be higher.
Yeah.
But build the base and then move.
Got you.
We've seen a lot of brands. Yeah, we've got the market, we've got the customer base. They move, and then the orders are not coming through.
Yeah.
So it's obviously building on that, trying to get some momentum before actually making the plunge.
Yeah.
It's always worthwhile.
Yeah.
Obviously, we spoke on US, EU. We've got brands doing millions of pounds in these locations now. That was untapped from before.
Yeah.
You just got to be willing to do it right and to try and gain some momentum in doing it.
And like on the consultancy side of it, like what kind of advice do you give brands that are, let's say growing or wanting to get into it? Is there anything you could give them as some initial advice before actually making the step? And let's say, I appreciate you've mentioned the wholesale thing, but is there any like hidden gems of things that you could,
I think it's knowing how to market your product in that location.
Yeah.
What you market in the UK is going to be completely different in EU and completely different in US. It's going to be a different tone, different wording.
Yeah.
Everything's different. If you don't hit that brief, you're 5 steps behind from the start.
Do you ever advise them in terms of certain locations to maybe, stay away from initially, and there's slightly warmer territories to initially crack?
No, because I think that does depend on the brand. Obviously, different brands have different unique locations of where they're more appealed to within Europe.
Yeah.
So I think that's quite hard to do that because the niche of the product could be slightly different.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't probably try to say go to this market or go to that, because we haven't really got the data to prove that particular industry is there or your particular product is there.
I suppose then if it goes wrong, they might start looking at yourself as
we'll do as much advising from obviously how to set up, be compliant, tax, everything like that. But where your product might land best is probably out of our realm of actually being able to give you full knowledge that we can 100% back up. As we grow, potentially, we might have more data that we can actually give more of that read. At the minute, we haven't. So we're trying to stay out of that one.
And on data, like, how do you handle data? How do you manage it? What's the current state of affairs on data?
What, from each location or trying to combine?
I guess client, how do you guys manage client data? Because I guess that's a big part of fulfillment is making sure the data's organized, clean, and
based on their data, or we go into basically like delivery timeframe, success rate, and stuff like that. Because obviously there's a realm of the two. We would obviously provide data based on success rate of deliveries. To each, just for example, in the US, the new customer we brought on board wanted to know how quick it was going to each state within US, what the delivery timeframes were, and how much of their business went to each state. So we was able to analyse that from the data that we get to provide them each state, what they made in each state, what the delivery time frame was in each state, and they straight away know, or we can advise our customer that state's 2 days longer than the rest of them. We'll put that data through. So we have the ability to use that data to be able to provide stuff to. Which massively helped. It went down a street, customer couldn't believe how much they were actually going to get. But pulling all that through now allows them to give their end client successful delivery timeframes without a guess of 2 to 10 days, for example.
And is that all pulled from the WMS system?
And obviously carriers. So obviously you needed the delivery data to be able to pull through. But then that was showed how quick we'd have dispatched each order. And everything. And now the customer can see what territories there are actually doing a lot more too. And the shipping times there and costs.
I suppose that then leads them to be able to decide which areas are maybe worth investing or
we can break it down to each carrier. So obviously this particular customer uses multiple carriers. And we're at the success rate of each carrier to each state and what the timeframes are.
And is it always like really reliable? Has there ever been a time where carrier data has let you down or hasn't, been?
No, not really. Obviously, we do get a couple of anomalies sometimes where it hasn't been picked up from the locker and it hasn't pulled the data through properly. But you're looking at 2 in 2,000 or something that has not come through. So your data is 99.9% there.
Accurate. Okay. And how is it working with carriers? Like, I guess, is there any teething issues when it comes to, integrating their pickups and drop-offs and stuff like that?
No, each site's fully set up. So we know who's picking up. We're fully integrated on our systems. If we bring on a new carrier, it'd be pretty simple to set up. Obviously, you're reliant on them booking in the collection times and turning up on time, but everything would be integrated correctly on our side. No problem. But all 3 locations are set up with multiple carriers, multiple collections.
Nice. No, look, good to go into into understanding more on the launch pad. Sounds like you've got some pretty nice plans in the midst. Especially, it'd be good to look back in 18 months and see where things are at, from that perspective. I guess generally, what have you got going on in life outside of the world of logistics?
London Marathon Sunday, which also we touched on before this. So I'll try and get around 26 miles.
It's a big old distance.
It is a big distance, So we'll see how we get on with that. And apart from that, literally work's so busy at the minute. It is literally trying to focus on. This is the year of obviously making sure we can fully build, get a new site operational and work through. So my wife will want me to take a bit of time off, but trying to balance that into when. is a thing. But yeah, London Marathon is the only thing outside of this that's in focus at the minute. And once that's out of the way, I'll be all right.
And are you raising money for charity?
Yeah, doing it for Make-A-Wish. So a fantastic kids charity. So yeah, hopefully try and raise a bit more and try and get as much money to them as possible.
Good. Yeah. And are you going for any particular time or more just get to the finish line?
If I'd been able to do more training without obviously an injured knee, I would have liked to have done it under 4:30.
Yeah.
I'm still going to try for 4:30, but it depends how my knee holds out. So, but at the minute, a good thing would just be to get around.
Yeah. I caught with a mate this morning, actually. He apparently went to do a half marathon, but it was a trek style, so like more off road.
Yeah.
Which I think he meant to like 1.5x the time or expectancy to finish or whatever. But he set out to do half marathon, and then he was like, "No, I feel great. I'm just gonna go do the full."
Yeah.
Basically, I was like, "Yeah, I think you've got to be mentally strong to
Yeah, literally, I've got obviously a friend who's just running marathons for fun at the minute. He's obviously booked in an ultra marathon, so it's like 115 kilometers, I think.
Wow. Yeah.
But yeah, he's just sending me pictures and snippets of marathons that he's just running as a warm up.
Endurance sport, it could just be our age, to be fair, but like I feel like endurance sport seems to be like taken off a bit.
I think it's setting that challenge.
Yeah.
Everyone wants a challenge. That's the whole reason I put the marathon basically was I tried for a few years. This year was like, do you know what? We're doing it.
Yeah.
Obviously committed fully to a charity place. And it just gives me something else to focus on.
No, I hear you. No, it's a noble cause. Yeah, it's a great charity, to be fair. So anyone listening, if they want to, quickly give a donation, hopefully it's out before you race it.
Yeah, obviously you can still do donations after the marathon's finished.
Yeah.
Just try and get as much money and try and grant some kids some wishes.
Well, if you were going to go back all the way from, I guess when you got into logistics, what sort of advice would you give yourself looking back now?
Probably to take a moment amongst it all, because it has been such a quick ride, basically. Each year's just gone by so quick that you don't actually realise the successes you're actually having. Yeah. Because one just leads to another.
Yeah.
And it's probably everyone in logistics probably exactly the same. If you hit that ground running and you start going well, you don't actually stop. Yeah. You just keep building. So it'd probably be to just take a moment, realise, do you know what, you're actually smashing it. You're doing a good job. And take that moment. Otherwise you just end this cycle that just doesn't stop.
Yeah, no.
And obviously, I've realised that in the last few months, you just need to take that pause to actually go, do you know what? Everything we're actually doing is in the right direction, what's going well. Yeah. And soak it up.
Do you ever go to get like a point of celebration like at year end, or is there any?
It's something that we've been discussing for months now to try and work out.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've obviously got the two owners, obviously myself, and we sit there and everyone's target is so different that you're obviously all trying to do it. I think this year it will be, we need to put it in stone for set amount of orders dispatched, parcels dispatched. But it's not just one location, all 3 locations.
Got you.
We need to combine our warehouses more in that aspect of data. Yeah. I think you look at them, obviously, they're 3 different locations, and we see, that's doing that, that's doing that, that's doing this. But we never actually go, the Launchpad group is doing this. Yeah. And that's obviously something the last few months I started putting that data together. Yeah. And when you actually see it there, you realise how big the operation is compared to each location. But people that work in our 3 warehouses don't see what the other warehouses are doing. Yeah. So no one actually knows how big the company actually is and what other people actually do. Yeah. Because they don't see it outside of that warehouse. So it's how do we combine, make it feel them like 3 more that other people can see what other people are doing without turning it to a competition. Because you don't want it to be like, they're doing that, you're not doing this, and so forth. So I think that'd be something that we really want to do. It's just how do we do it?
Mega. Dane, it's been an absolute pleasure. So thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Cheers.